Hi, my name is Jeanette, and I want to thank you for joining me on the channel Jane Reads. So today is day 16 of Bookmas. If you haven't watched any of my other Bookmas videos, they will be linked in the description below, and day 1 talks about the envelopes and how they're working. If you have been following along, I hope you are enjoying and having just as much fun as I am to see what each day's envelope holds. So let's just get right into it. Day 16. Oh boy. Okay. Book number on your bookshelf. So there are 4 random numbers here, and I have to pull that book and talk about it. Okay, so first number is 98. I'm gonna have to count. I should say to begin with, I only counted these 4 bookshelves, like the middle, so starting with In Too Deep. Yes. In Too Deep is the first one and went across and then just went across each way. I did not include these ones because these are my TBRs that I have not read yet. And then I didn't include my John Grisham collection. So I just stayed in my Christian fiction collection that I have read. So number 98 on my shelf is Deeper Water by Robert Whitlow. This is book number 1 of his Tides of Truth series. On the back it says Christian general fiction. I would consider it a legal fiction because it really follows a lawyer. And this is book 1 of the Tides of Truth series. So on the back it says, the Tides of Truth novels follow one lawyer's passionate pursuit of truth in matters of life and the law. I remember really enjoying this book, but this was released in 2008. And I know I read the whole series probably 2010, give or take. So it is not on my Goodreads. So it is a book that is on my list for next year to reread. So yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about it other than, and Robert Whitlow is a trained lawyer who is writing. So yeah, I've really enjoyed a lot of his books. So that is number 98. Okay, let's find number 7. Okay, number 7 is another older book. This is Shadow of Doubt by Terri Blackstock. This is number 2 in her Newport 911 series, and it is a suspense book, is what it says on the back. I think this came out early 2000s. Oh, 1998. So this is definitely an older book. I mean, you can kind of tell from the cover that it's an older book. But Terri Blackstock has been one of my favorite authors for years. So yeah, so that is this. It doesn't even like say what it's about. That's funny. I wonder the summary's inside. It says, a poisoned past, a bitter present. Is Celia a murderer or a victim? So yeah, So Detective Stan Shepard lies comatose in the hospital, a victim of arsenic poisoning. The Newport police have a suspect, Cecilia Shepard, Stan's wife. Cecilia is no stranger to such charges. When her first husband died of poisoning, a technicality scuttled the case against her, and Cecilia got scot-free. Now it looks like the same old story, only this time the motive appears plain. An old flame has moved into town under circumstances bound to raise suspicion, and that's just for starters. More evidence is gathering that can put Cecilia away for good. So, yeah. Maybe I should add this one to my TBR list for next year that needs to have a reread. I don't know. Because, again, it's not on my Goodreads. It's another one that I read quite a few years ago. So yeah, okay, so that was book number 7. Now let's find book number 44. Number 44 is True Devotion by D. Henderson. This is another older book. I have a lot of older books on my physical shelf. It is a suspense. And it is book 1 of the Uncommon Heroes series. This one came out in 2002? 2002, somewhere in there. It's got 2 dates on the inside, so I don't know. So it says, she was going to drown. Lieutenant Kelly Jacobs watched the sun go down and knew time for her rescue was running out. The naval base glittered in the fading light, like a jewel she could not reach. The sea surged and pulled, stinging her with cold. Until he came. Navy SEAL Lieutenant Joe Bear Baker plucked Kelly from the raging sea when she had nearly given up hope. She'd known he would come. He was her best friend, and she clung for all she was worth to the safe haven found in his arms. Then she said the wrong thing. Kelly had already paid the ultimate price of loving a warrior. She had the folded flag and the grateful thanks of a nation to prove it. She didn't dare risk loving another man in uniform. But held close in Joe's arms, Kelly said the wrong thing, and their friendship suddenly hung in the balance. Now they're both in danger. The man who killed Kelly's husband is back and closer than either Kelly or Joe realize. They're about to discover that God is a refuge, because this time there may be no rescue. So I have, again, Dee Henderson was a long-time favorite author for me. I have a lot of her books on my shelf. A lot. I have 2 series. No, I have 3. 2 series and a few standalones. So, yes. So this is another one that I hope to reread at some point. Okay, now the last one is number 28. Aw, my favorite number. Okay, so number 28. Okay, so I was wondering, is 28 going to land on one of my favorite books? And it did. If I Run by Terri Blackstock. This is book 1 of her If I Run series. I just absolutely love this series. And this is another one that I definitely plan on rereading next year because I love it. And it is a 3-book series, so let me grab the other 2. So this is book 1. Book 2 is If I'm Found. And book 3 is If I Live. There we go. Can you see how, like, together they all form a picture? No, it is this way. What? Yeah, I think. Pretty sure. Or maybe it's this way. Oh, sorry. No, it's this way. Because there's her. Yeah, it's this way. But isn't that cool? I love that. I love that. If I Run in 5. Oh, that makes sense. Book 1, book 2, book 3. That totally makes sense. And then, does it do it this way? The hand? Like, isn't that... Oh, I love these covers. Like, they're just... I don't know. I think I more love the covers together. Like, the fact that they go together. Like, that's really cool to me. But yes, this is a really good series. It is another romantic suspense. As I said, I have a lot of suspense on my shelf because that's what I really enjoy. So those are 4 random books that I have on my shelf. I encourage you to look at your bookshelves and find book number 28 on your shelves and leave a comment below and tell me what book number 28 is. I'd love to chat in the comments below. Thank you for joining me today. Have a good day. Bye.